Johnny Somali threatened the judge and his mother.
First thing, let's recap where we left off.
Shout out North Korea. Shout out Pyongyang. Shout out Kim Jong-un. That's my nigga till the day I die. National Intelligence Security Charge. Does anybody know what the that means?
Yo, 1, 2.
Somali say something. Somali say. Say.
Culture shapes the very identity of people, while history is the soul that molds a nation. It isn't merely a faded memory, but the lifeblood that fuels pride and connects countless generations through an unbreakable thread. These values are so sacred that even the most powerful world leaders would never dare to disrespect them. Yet Ramsey Khalid, better known as Johnny Somali, repeatedly stomped on those principles. Not once, but over and over, with limitless arrogance and an audacity beyond forgiveness.
As a Somali person, I would like to apologize to the people of Japan. He is from the ethnic Oromo family of Ethiopia. He has done a lot of hateful and mean things using our name. Jail him.
Calling himself a borderless provocateur, Johnny Somali quickly attracted thousands of viewers with chaotic live streams, where he hurled insults at strangers, secretly filmed women, broke local laws, and labeled it all as entertainment art. From the buzzing streets of Tokyo to the historic landmarks of Seoul, he turned every location into a stage for disorder and cruelty. But when the cameras stopped rolling, Johnny Somali wasn't just an online sensation anymore. He was a criminal defendant. The same clips that once entertained audiences became damning evidence in court. Japan deported him. South Korea handed him a 31-year prison sentence, an unprecedented punishment for a streamer. Yet for many, even that felt insufficient. His own homeland, Somalia, refused to welcome him back. How does someone weaponize attention to destroy themselves, just for views and donations? This isn't only the downfall of one man. It's a stark warning about the toxic content celebrated, circulated, and funded online every day. Today, we'll lay bare his full journey, from being a controversial online figure to becoming the ultimate cautionary tale of live streaming failure. But before that, let's rewind to when his arrogance was still seen as mere entertainment.
Just drop in Discord right now. Hop in Discord. Oh, whoa, what the?
All you have to say is stop.
Ramadan Abdullah Jr., known online as Johnny Somali, began streaming in 2021 with a provocative IRL style, wandering streets, confronting strangers, and constantly pushing social limits with offensive stunts. His early videos range from picking fights and hurling insults at passersby to deliberately creating drama to go viral. The strategy worked. By 2023, he had amassed around 50,000 Twitch followers, millions of views from clips, and had also expanded to YouTube and Kick. But instead of deterring him, the backlash only fueled his obsession with attention. Johnny thrived on outrage, centering nearly every broadcast around provoking crowds and escalating conflicts. To keep the chaos going, he took his antics global. He marketed himself as a travel content creator, but in reality, he was a roaming troublemaker, secretly filming and openly disrespecting local cultures for clicks. By turning outrage into currency, Johnny created a brand of hate-driven content where no moral boundary was too sacred to cross if it meant more views. But this double-edged strategy started cutting back. As audiences at home grew desensitized, he shifted his focus abroad, targeting nations like Japan, places he believed were polite enough to let him get away with anything. Ironically, the country he thought safest became the one that brought him to the edge of ruin. Arriving in Japan in 2023, he quickly became a national irritant. One of his worst moments came in August that year, when, drunk on a Tokyo subway, he live-streamed himself harassing a Japanese commuter. Starting with Pearl Harbor references to provoke, he switched tactics when his target refused to react. Using a mocking Asian accent, he shouted, "Hiroshima, Nagasaki, you know what we did to you. If you don't act right, we'll do it again."
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki, you know what we did to you. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, we destroy it.
Those words weren't just offensive. They desecrated one of Japan's deepest national wounds. The 1945 nuclear bombings that killed hundreds of thousands and left an enduring scar on the nation's history. The footage went viral, sparking outrage not only in Japan, but across the globe. People from Johnny's own heritage condemned him. A Japanese American who had lived in Japan for 35 years wrote on X, "As an American here, I find him disgraceful. He deserves the full 3 years in jail, the maximum fine, and deportation. Only prison will teach him." A Somali citizen added, "I apologize to the Japanese people. He's of Oromo descent from Ethiopia, but has dragged the Somali name through the mud. Lock him up." Yet Johnny kept going. He labeled Japanese citizens NPCs, suggesting they were soulless like video game characters, and bragged, "The more people hate me, the more views I get, the more money I make." During a live stream in Osaka, he mocked popular female streamer Mo, sneering, "Oh, a pretty streamer, 2,000 viewers on Kick. I only have 1,300, before trashing the platform on her own stream. Mo, beloved by Japan's online community, was reduced to tears and ended her broadcast. The backlash was immediate and fierce. News outlets such as Asahi Shimbun and Mainichi Shimbun labeled him a history-insulting foreigner. Local groups began confronting him on the streets, jeering, shoving, and demanding apologies wherever he appeared. Under mounting pressure, Johnny issued a public statement. "I don't hate Japan. I said hurtful things by mistake, though it was a long time ago. I came here to party and meet Japanese girls."
I don't hate you guys. I don't hate Japan. I said something a little bit hurtful, and I understand that you guys are mad about it, even though it was very long ago, you know? I want to come here to enjoy Japan. I want to go to the club. I want to smash some Japanese ladies. I want to party. I want to have a good time.
But this apology was quickly ridiculed as hollow and insincere. Instead of taking responsibility, he shifted blame onto his audience, claiming they paid him to behave outrageously. Remarks that only deepened public disdain. "Does he think we're children?" One former viewer scoffed. Another recounted, "Rather than stop, Johnny tore up a Japanese flag, yelled F*** Japan, and posted atomic bomb imagery online." The breaking point came in September 2023 when he disrupted an Osaka restaurant, resulting in his arrest for obstructing business operations. By December, prosecutors recommended a fine of 200,000 yen. On January 10th, 2024, Johnny was convicted and deported from Japan, a sentence many saw as far too lenient. "He should have been jailed. I pity those who met him in person," one comment read. His expulsion ended his streak of provocative streams in Japan. But, as one ex-viewer noted, the word fear didn't seem to exist in his vocabulary. True enough, Johnny's next stop was South Korea, where even more serious trouble awaited. After being deported from Japan in early 2024, Johnny Somali, still showing complete disregard for consequences, took his antics to South Korea starting in September that year. Far from learning any lessons, he escalated his shock tactics, crossing cultural and legal lines that South Korea would not overlook. Much like in Japan, he provoked by mocking history and filming locals without consent. But in South Korea, the severity reached an entirely new level. From his first days in Seoul, Johnny repeated his old playbook, wandering public buses, subways, and busy streets, hurling offensive phrases like Chinese virus, China, Huawei, or speak English, I don't speak Korean, all while recording reactions for content. This formula, which had already stirred controversy in Japan, was now pushed to extremes. The first major outrage erupted when he live-streamed himself dancing to Battle Tai, an Imperial Japanese military march, performing a Roman salute and shouting, "Korea, go fight Japan." This was not ignorance. It was a calculated insult to the painful shared history between the two nations. Public anger reached new heights on October 7th, 2024, when Johnny kissed a comfort woman statue, a monument honoring Korean women forced into sexual slavery during World War II, and proclaimed, "I support Koreans. I love Korea. Everything I did in Japan was for Koreans and Chinese."
I stand with the Korean people. Bring it closer. Come closer. I stand with the Korean people. I love Korea. And everything that I did in Japan was for the Korean and the Chinese people.
Described as tearing open old historical wounds, the stunt provoked outrage unlike anything before. Johnny then printed photos of himself kissing the statue and handed them out to strangers, prompting one enraged man to physically attack him on a live broadcast. The footage spread rapidly, and by this point, South Koreans no longer saw him as a simple provocateur, but as a public menace who needed to be dealt with. Under immense backlash, Johnny issued an apology on November 6th, 2024. "I want to apologize to the Korean people. I didn't know the statue's meaning. I was only trying to make entertaining content." But the clearly performative tone only inflamed the anger further. Rather than stop, he doubled down with absurd stunts, lugging a bag of rotten fish through Seoul streets, dumping instant noodles onto a convenience store counter after being banned from drinking, and even running around in underwear yelling, "Call the police, I'm Johnny Somali," as if taunting the entire country. Major newspapers condemned him outright, while online communities began tracking his movements, with some offering bounties of 1 million won, around $750 for tips. By now, Johnny had become a symbol of cultural disrespect, infuriating both online audiences and locals. But he wasn't finished. He began involving North Korea in his live streams, a subject extremely sensitive in South Korea. During a broadcast near the inter-Korean border, he made inflammatory remarks.
Thank the Lord, thank God. Shout out Kim Jong-un, shout out Pyongyang. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. The reason why I respect North Korea is because they're dystopian. They are a, fascist place, but they don't lie about it. South Korea is just as fascist. You just lie about it. I touched the statue, so you guys are trying to silence me, murder me, and then jail me. So I might as well be in North Korea.
He went even further, openly taunting South Korea's National Intelligence Service.
They say the National Intelligence Service is gonna come get me. Tell them come find me. I ain't scared of them. Shout out North Korea. Shout out Pyongyang. Shout out Kim Jong-un. That's my till the day I die.
Until Kim Jong-un nuke this shit, I just don't want to be here when Kim Jong-un press that red button.
They nuke this shit so shit turn to Fallout New Vegas. No, please, Kim Jong-un, press that button.
These statements weren't just immature provocations. They were considered potential threats to national security. A South Korean prosecutor stated, "This is not just disrespect. It's regarded as a direct threat to national security, and the government will not allow it." The situation escalated in November 2024 when Johnny posted a deepfake video claiming to kiss popular Korean streamer Bong Bong. This AI-generated clip violated South Korea's strict deepfake laws, which carry penalties of up to 7 years in prison. The streamer quickly filed a lawsuit, leading to Johnny's arrest. This time, unlike Japan, South Korea placed an exit ban on him, holding him in custody for investigation and trial. His first hearing was held on March 7th, 2025, where he admitted guilt to some charges, such as obstructing business and causing public disturbances, but denied the more serious deepfake accusations. By May 2025, he was back in court for a second hearing, with a third scheduled for August 2025, where prosecutors were expected to present additional charges. Johnny's defiant courtroom behavior only worsened public outrage. He arrived late, wearing an oversized suit and a MAGA hat, and openly mocked the judge. After the session, he live-streamed himself scoffing at the national security charges. "Anyone know what that is?" They asked about my ties to North Korea. I said I plead the fifth. He argued his actions were protected by free speech, but under South Korean law, Praising or inciting support for North Korea is a serious offense under the National Security Act. Prosecutors later revealed a formal list of charges: insulting historical symbols, harassment, spreading false content, and violating the National Security Act, altogether carrying a possible maximum of 31 years in prison. This was an extraordinarily severe penalty, unmatched for any foreign streamer in the country's history. Johnny Somali was now labeled an undesirable alien and banned from major streaming platforms like Twitch and Kick. His case ignited international debates over where to draw the line between provocative content and criminal conduct. With no audience, no platforms, and no freedom, what remained was a man who had driven himself to absolute ruin, now silenced by the weight of the law. Yet the lesson here goes beyond one person's collapse. It's a sobering reminder of the toxic online culture that rewards such figures in the first place. We shouldn't only ask why people like him exist, but confront the bigger questions. What are we promoting? What are we sharing? And what are we quietly allowing to pass without challenge? Johnny isn't a rare anomaly. He's a predictable result of a system built to reward unethical behavior, encourage boundary pushing, and profit from outrage. In this system, talent, kindness, and meaningful contributions are overshadowed by the loudest provocations. True creativity drowns beneath scandals. Anything can be turned into content, even harm, offense, and the erosion of basic decency. And when the lights go out, accounts are banned, and the law intervenes, what's left? Only a tarnished name and a digital trail that can't be erased. The harder truth is that the audience plays a role too. Every watch, every share, every silence contributes to normalizing what should be condemned. None of us are entirely blameless. Even passive viewing sustains this ecosystem. The space where we hesitate to act is the space where people like Johnny Somali thrive. If we keep rewarding shock value with attention, we'll continue to see the same patterns: more scandals, more moral erosion, and more figures exploiting outrage for fame. The fix doesn't require grand gestures. It starts with the smallest choices: refusing to click, refusing to share, refusing to laugh at someone else's humiliation. Content freedom is valuable, but it must stay tied to moral responsibility. Every post, every video shapes culture, either strengthening or corroding it. And in the end, the real question isn't whether another Johnny Somali will rise. It's whether we, the audience, will keep building the stage for him to perform on.